Building out your offer is by far the most important aspect of your entire coaching business. It ultimately determines how much money you can make, the type of clients you attract, and it's the foundation of your entire coaching business. Now in this video, I'm going to break down the exact coaching offer you should sell in order to reach your first $50K per month. I'll be going through the entire A to Z process, talking about how to actually come up with your offer, the foundation of it, the bonuses, the guarantees, the pricing, the deliverables, just everything that you need to know to actually run up an offer to $50K per month. And just so you know, I'm actually qualified to talk about this. I worked with over 80 coaches, worked on all of their different offers, and I've been able to double and sometimes even triple their prices, which allows them to make more money. Patrick was my most recent case study. He went from 5K to 41K in his first 30 days of working together, and we tweaked his messaging, we forexed his prices, and it led to an 8x increase in his business. Victor went from charging 2K to 7.5K, and he scaled his business from 10K to 25K within the first 60 days of working together. Now with Victor, we dialed in on his marketing, changed up his offer, and this is the result. Chris is another one of my clients. He went from 3K to 28K in the first 30 days of working together with our systems and processes. And so I implement this exact same offer framework that I'm about to show you in this video with all of my clients so that they can charge double of what they were charging before. Now I can tell you right now that building a great offer comes down to the foundation, the way you present it and everything. And I'm going to cover exactly that. In this video specifically, I'll be going over how to actually create the foundation of a premium offer, how to have a spine of your offer, how to implement bonuses and guarantees to make your offer look completely irresistible, how to make your offer one of one so you don't get any more price comparisons and objections, how to find the perfect price point for your offer, and how to actually provide world-class service delivery. So with that being said, this video is specifically for you if you're just looking to actually build on top of your offer, make it better so you can actually charge more money, attract better clients, and all that good stuff. So with that being said, enjoy the video. We're going to be diving straight into the foundation and kind of what you need to do to actually set up the best foundation for your coaching business. All right, so let's go ahead and get started and talk about why you should actually create an irresistible offer. Now, if you're not making at least 30, 50K per month, you don't get many referrals, and you have trouble scaling, then it's probably an offer issue, right? It's probably not the marketing, it's probably not the lead gen, whatever. It's usually an offer issue. And building a great offer and an irresistible offer is the single biggest lever you can pull to actually generate more profit for your business, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to look at different offers that exist in your market right now and make yourself a category of one. That is the entire goal with this video, okay? Making yourself a category of one. And what this means is positioning your offer in such a way that your prospects and your clients can't compare you to other programs out there, because there is none. And what this will allow you to do is you'll never be constrained by price, because what you've created is a value-based offer. That is the key. We're not going to be competing based on price, we're going to be competing based on value. And that's when we can actually charge those high ticket prices that you've seen, 5 to 10K and beyond. All right. So when you master your offer, when you create an irresistible offer, then sales and persuasion becomes easy because you set the foundation right. It is so important that I want you to watch this video to the end so you fully understand it. Now, how do you actually create a great offer? It's very, very simple. There's 4 variables to consider when you actually establish a great offer. The first is extreme pain. Second is purchasing power. Third is easy to target. And the fourth is a growing market. Now, extreme pain. The concept that I want you to understand to get this point to hit home is that the riches are in the niches. The same product, but 100 times the price. So what I'm trying to do with this video is not for you to change your entire offer and sell something completely different, right? It's just to change the messaging and the way that you deliver your offer to your audience. And so if you sell this, I help people achieve their dream physique, you can charge 20 bucks. If you sell to skinny people and help them bulk up and put on muscle, you can charge 500 bucks. Now, if you help busy businessmen be more energized and lose weight without spending more than 1 hour in the gym, then you can charge $2,000. So you realize how the more specific you are and the bigger the benefit is for that specific person, the more you can charge. A busy businessman would pay more money to be more energized and lose more weight while spending less time than someone that's just trying to achieve the dream physique for no specific reason. The reason why is because there's more pain, and overall it's just more niche down. Okay, that's the key I want you to understand. And so the goal of great writing is for the reader to understand. The goal of great copy is for the prospect to feel understood. When you have an offer like this and you post content specific to businessmen that are busy, that are looking to lose weight and be more energized in their work, then guess what? You can target their pain points better, you can speak to them better, and they'll feel understood. You cannot target everybody with your offer, because guess what? If you target everybody, you'll appeal to nobody. That is the key I want you to realize. If you're selling to everybody, you'll actually sell to nobody. So be specific with who you're targeting and create content that serves that specific ideal avatar. Now, if you can articulate their problems better than they can, then you can provide the solutions to their problem better, which is why I want you to target a specific group of people and niche down. The riches are in the niches. I don't know if they say niches or whatever. I think it's riches in the niches, but That's my pronunciation. Go for a niche, all right? Do not just kind of, spread your arms wide and try to get everyone, because when you do that, you'll get nobody. Be specific who you want, film content for that specific person, and again, the bigger the pain point the prospect experiences, the more money you'll pay up front. The reason why a businessman will pay $2,000 is because he will see a direct ROI to being more energized in his work, which will allow him to make more money, which will, validate why you should spend $2,000 on your offer. But some random old Joe on the street, of course they want to achieve the dream physique, but they're not willing to put $2K towards it because their pain point isn't big enough, okay? So make sure that they have a strong pain point. Now, to actually build your core offer, you need these different components. The first one is identifying the dream outcome. You want to be specific, and this is how you really get your niche down. I help specific outcome in time period without biggest pain/fear. So an example of this could be, I help business owners/coaches hit 50 to 100K per month in 60 days without having to spend all day doing outreach and posting reels. Now, be specific with who you help, how long it takes them to get to their specific outcome, and without what their biggest pain point is. So I know that a lot of my coaches that are, trying to scale up, they post content every day, they do a ton of outreach, and they're just burnt out. My mechanism doesn't need you to do that. You can post every other day. You can hire someone to do outreach for you. That's my mechanism. And so that's how I position my offer, right? And the second thing I want you to do once you're clear on who you're helping and how you're helping them and what's your, what's your unique mechanism almost, is I want you to list out all your perceived problems. What perceived problems would the client have about your offer? Think about it, okay? And I want you to write them down and answer all of them. And what this will do is it'll just basically give you so much ideas and so much context on how to actually structure your offer. And so an example could be hiring bad sales reps, right? If a problem of a coach that's trying to scale up is hiring bad sales reps, then my solution to that problem could be having a huge pipeline of sellers that they can hire from because of my training and the fact that I've been in sales for over the last 2 years, okay? If a problem is that they don't have control over their business, then the coach can hop on group calls at any time, continue to ask for approval before moving forward, all that stuff, right? You'll get approval from me and everything. And so what I want you to do is I want you to use this template, and I'm going to show you real quick. When I was creating out my offer that I'm selling right now, I listed out every single client failure scenario, and this isn't it. I have like another doc that just shows everything. But I listed out all the client failure scenarios, and I listed everything that they could possibly think of that could stop them from achieving their dream outcome. And what I did beside it is I provided a solution to avoid the failure. So the way I position my offer is like, you can't possibly have an objection because my offer solves every possible problem that you could face that could stop you from achieving your goal. That's why it's valuable. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the reason why I want you to do this, because when you actually present your offer, you're going to realize this. It's such a funny concept. But when people are at the end of the sales calls, humans and people that before they buy a product, they naturally try to come up with objections in their head. I've had so many times where people try to come up with objections, but they can't. And the reason why they can't is because I specifically wrote down every problem that they could possibly come up with or every objection that could stop them from getting to their end goal, and I solved it in the offer. So when I explain my offer to them, they're trying to come up with different things to talk about or come up with a reason not to buy, but they can't. Why? Because I listed down every possible failure scenario that could stop them. And I provided every solution. I'm specific with how I deliver that solution and everything. And as you can see, there's more done for you than done with you in consulting. Because the more done for you have, then that means the more you can charge and the more likely your client's actually going to get to where they want to be. That's something that you need to understand. The more done for you, the better. Obviously, you want to avoid the done for you stuff that has operational drag. And so don't do everything done for you, but do a good amount done for you so that the perceived likelihood of them achieving success in your program is much higher. It's very, very important. So what I want you to do, I want you to actually use my template and actually craft an amazing offer with this. List out every single client failure scenario that could be possible. List out all your solutions. Talk about how you're going to deliver it. And like when you actually create your offer and everything, it's going to be insane. Okay? And even if you already have an offer, do this, because I promise you're missing 1 or 2 things, or even like 5 or 10 things that's stopping your client from reaching their end goal. So when you cover everything, there's no reason why they won't buy on the call with you. All right. So once we go through that, I want you to list out 5 of the main deliverables your core offer provides. This is my example of what mine kind of consists of. We give you done-for-you systems and processes, so you track every single one of your leads so you don't lose out on any sales, blah, blah, blah. Offer blueprint, charge 5 to 10K upfront for your offer and create an offer that's a category of 1. Content mastery, create IG and YouTube content that attracts and nurtures your dream clients completely organically from middle funnel blueprint. And you just kind of come up with 5 of the main things that you're selling. You put them like this, and I came up with 6 because I couldn't choose 5, but these are the main things that you're selling inside your program, okay? And these deliverables should be solving the most problems over here. Every single one of these deliverables solves everything here, literally. It solves every single client failure scenario, and it's so dialed in. So when I pitch my program, they see all this, and I know that they won't have any objections because every single one of these deliverables solve these failure scenarios. They help their client go from A to B. That is the key, right? So that's very, very important. Come up with some deliverables, and this will be just solving your prospect's problems that you listed out in the brainstorm right here. All right. And then the fourth question you want to ask yourself is, what would I deliver if my product costs 10 times this current amount? Think about it. Okay. An example for me would be I'd run ads for them. I'd train the setters one-on-one. I'd hire a VA. I'd set up a Zapier. I'd have an in-house editor, automation systems, everything, and choose a few that don't cost an arm and a leg that you can actually implement into your own program. So for me, it's like, we can't run ads for them, but we have a media buyer that they can consult for free. That's part of the program. And so they kind of have their own in-house media buyer that they don't even have to pay, but they'll get help from. On top of that, we also have a setter manager that can come in and hop on one-on-one calls with their setter to dial them in. We also have a VA agency that, they can hire from as well. We also build out their entire Zapier automations. We have an in-house editor that if they want to work with, they can choose to. We build out their automations, we build out their systems. And so you can see I kind of do it, but I don't do it all the way so that there's not a ton of operational drag. So when I scale up and I sign 10 new high-ticket coaching clients, then I'm not stuck trying to manage all the fulfillment, right? You have to pick and choose which ones are best and just move with it like that. And the fifth one is, what would I deliver if my product costs 1/10 its current cost? And I had to provide more value than I currently am at my current price. So let's say you charge $5,000 and you charge I can't do the math right now. I think it's 50, right? I think it's 50. And you charge $50. What could you do to provide more value than you currently am at your price? Okay. So what would you do? It'll be crazy group training. It'll be valuable video modules. You record Loom for bottlenecks, tons of role plays, accountability check-ins, all that good stuff, right? And so you want to just build out an insane value stack offer and just provide any type of solution and any type of support that you possibly can. And I'll actually just go ahead and show you. Like, these are a few examples, right? You have a one-on-one tracking call with Alex. Like my clients that join with us, they have a one-on-one tracking call with Alex for 60 days. They have a cash injection phase. We build out their entire systems and CRMs. We build out their entire scripts and their flows. And you answer these questions and you know what you can do that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and you just do it. Okay? Content accelerator, get your rules reviewed by our team, submitting a VSL for approval, and just having an approval sheet here. And you just kind of come up with every single solution to their problems. And when they kind of run through everything, there's no reason why they can't actually achieve their goal that you promised, because everything that you've included in all these deliverables add up, and they're just shocked by your entire offer, and they have no choice but to buy your service. Okay? So now that we've covered the foundation of your irresistible offer and you kind of have deliverables in place and everything, then we're going to move on to the bonus and guarantees. All right? So over here, these are the power of bonuses. Now, the value of bonuses should always be more than the core offer. And I learned this from Hormozy, right? His $100 million offer book. What this does is it subconsciously makes them think that the core offer is more valuable than the bonuses, because the bonus is like an extra thing, right? If the bonuses are worth $5,000, or let's say the bonuses are worth $10,000, then you're going to think the core offer is worth more. And so you subconsciously think it's like, damn, these bonuses are so good. The offer must be like way better than I thought. You know what I mean? So the better your bonuses are, the more perceived value your entire offer is, because it's just a psychological trick. And so what you want to do is you want to tell them in context what these bonuses will do for them. How will it specifically improve their situation? Is it faster? Is it easier? Is there less effort? And I want you to actually provide social proof and paint a vivid image by including money/time saved, okay? And real quick, when you actually include bonuses and guarantees into your offer, tools and checklists are much better than additional training, because guess what? There's lower effort and time, but the value is always higher. People want the result, but they don't want to work for it. So if you get them more training and more video modules and more everything, they're like, okay, that's cool. That's a nice bonus, but I'm not going to value it as much if you just gave me a tool or a resource that I can use to just get it instantly, okay? And what I want you to do is, beside each bonus, I also want you to include a price tag. You may not understand what the whole thing means right now, but I'm going to go through it in these examples over here, and you can kind of get a better understanding, okay? And in these bonuses, what I want you to do is I also want you to solve problems that they will face in the future. Because what this does is it implies they're going to be successful. And again, it increases conviction and the perceived likeliness of success. All right? That's what it does. So let's go ahead and go with the bonus templates and kind of talk to you about how you can actually implement this in your own offer. So only people who sign up for XYZ program will have access to my bonus number 1, 2, and 3 that are never for sale or available anywhere else than through this program. If you buy today, I'll add on XYZ bonus that normally costs $1,000 for free. I do this to reward action takers. Now, obviously, you don't phrase it this way, action takers, unless you're selling B2C. If you're selling B2B and you say this shit, bro, your prospect's leaving the call. That shit's too gay. You want to basically have different bonuses and guarantees, and you want to attach a price point to it, so it makes it look valuable. And so, preloaded landing page, software with our exclusive templates, $500. And people will pay $500 for it, right? And then you can mention why it's actually useful. So this website led to a 5K increase in revenue for my company. Access to GHL, sales CRM, and software. It's actually $200 per month. If you go on GHL and you try to sign up, it's actually $200 per month. So this is actually like really legit. And then the value here is like you keep track of your sales, increase in total revenue, 13.4K cash collected in 1 day with tracking everything, right? And the third one is tech support for you and your clients. So maybe you're installing an AI bot or some shit for a bonus. Guess what? It saves them 3 to 4 hours per day. And so you save time with automated responses to FAQ. Now, these are a few bonuses that you can kind of play with. I'm going to show you mine real quick, actually, and kind of show you what I did as well. So these are a few of my bonuses. Exclusive systems, all that good stuff, world-class sales training, sales team marketplace. We give you access to hire our trained appointment setters. And I actually just show them this. I show them the entire marketplace, and I'll show it to you guys right now. I go in here and I click on some of these stuff, and I actually show them that, you know, these guys are actually being interviewed. They have Loom videos, they have an entire description and everything, and it's just super dialed in, right? And when they actually look at this, they're like, holy shit, this is like insane because I'm looking for a setter and the perceived value is there. So that's kind of like the entire sales team marketplace. You get a VA marketplace as well, content editors marketplace, and all that good stuff. And these are the type of bonuses you'll see that is really, really good because guess what? This is instant, boom. Instant and then a result, boom. Instant and then a result, boom. Now, obviously this is like extra training, but this is the only training that I have as a bonus. I only included one. And then you have exclusive systems, boom. Tools and, you know, quick stuff to help them achieve their end result. I could charge honestly 3 to 5K for this alone, for these bonuses. And so they think that the perceived value for the offer is just much higher. And that's exactly what I want them to do, okay? So come up with your bonuses, be creative with it, and then let's move on to the guarantees. Now, the power of guarantees is insane. I have a guarantee I'll show you to you after we go through this doc, but the guarantees are a huge selling point because in this day and age, the lack of trust is at an all-time high. There's so many scammers on this online place that it's ridiculous, and having a guarantee in place just shows that you're confident in your service, and it just pushes people over the fence, right? The idea of it being zero risk appeals to every single person, so I need you to utilize that. If you actually implement a guarantee in your program, then be bold about it and own your position. Do not half-ass it. Do not have a weak guarantee or a mid guarantee. If you want to have a guarantee, go all out, okay? And so there's different types of guarantees that we'll kind of go through. The first one is unconditional guarantee. So unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked, shows an insane amount of confidence in your product. That's the first one. I wouldn't recommend it because you're going to attract tire kickers and guys that just fuck around too much. Unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way. But what I do like is a conditional guarantee. So if you don't achieve X and Y time, we will continue working with you for free until you do, if you attend coaching calls, etc. Right? Now, one thing I like and one thing that I have is like, if you don't achieve X and Y time, so if you don't achieve 50K per month in whatever time, we'll give you a full refund, send you an extra $1,000, and keep on working with you for free until you do achieve X if you do X, Y, and Z. This, when I say this guarantee, they're like, holy shit. Because this is a safety net for the clients without the option of refund, all right? It's something they've been looking for, and it's like, it just shows so much confidence in your product, and it just gets people over the fence. It's so good, honestly. There's also the anti-guarantee. Like, we're so good in this market that we don't need a guarantee, so take it or leave it. Unfortunately, I'm not at this point yet, so I can't do this, but I do like my guarantee, and I'll show it to you guys in a bit. But the option one is zero risk, but will not get you to where you want to go. And this is the idea of guarantees. This is the principle of guarantees. Option one is zero risk, but will not get you to where you want to go. Option two is zero risk, but will likely get you to where you want to go. And so you position your option two as them buying a product, and because you have this guarantee, it's zero risk, but it will likely get them to where you want to go because you've done it for so many people. And if you're afraid of actually having a guarantee, it's a calculated risk, and in the long run, I promise you, they will always pay off if you have a good offer. If you're not confident in having a guarantee for your offer, your product just probably sucks. So just look into it and try to make it better, honestly. I'll show you my guarantee right now. My guarantee is if you don't add an extra 20K to your revenue in our specific time frame, we'll give you a full refund, send you an extra $1,000 and continue working with you for free until you add an extra 20K if you attend the coaching calls, watch the videos, and all that good stuff. Bro, when I say this, people start drooling. they just give me their credit cards and stuff. But on a serious note, it just shows how confident you are, right? You have a guarantee like this on top of the way that you present your offer, your deliverables, your ads, and everything. It's a wraps. It's absolutely wraps. There's nothing they can do. Okay, so definitely implement bonuses and guarantees. Super useful, and yeah. So what I recommend you do after you actually go through the bonuses and guarantees, and you kind of have like your deliverables and everything, fill out this offer sheet template, build it out, and at the end of your sales calls, this is an asset you can actually screen share and show to them to just kind of wrap everything together and make them realize what your program is really all about. These are the most important parts, and this is the spine of your offer, right? You want to pitch this at the end and just tie everything together and make them think, holy shit. When you present this offer sheet, they should be like amazed and just wowed, okay? This is what mine looks like. If you want like access to this and access to reference and everything, feel free to reach out to me and I'll actually send it to you on IG. I'm not going to put it as a link because I don't want everyone to know about my offer. I literally have a sales call for that. But if you do want kind of reference and all these different documents and all these different templates and everything and all the resources I showed in this video, feel free to DM me the word offer on IG and say that you came from YouTube. I'll create a care package for you guys. But yeah, this is what the final product should look like in terms of the spine of your offer. And when you present it, you should wow the clients like crazy. All right. So by now, you should have the spine of your offer. You should have deliverables. You should have the bonuses. And you should be very, very confident in your offer. But now you're wondering, how the hell do I even price this thing? I don't know what to price it at. Okay. So how do you price your offer? Now, before I even go through the strategy, it is so temporary. And this is something that I just want you to start off as a starting point and just bump up your prices immediately straight after. So look at your competitors and charge in the same ballpark of what they're charging. Now, again, this is so temporary, okay? You're not gonna stay here for long, trust me. The goal with this is just to increase the prices ASAP, but we also just wanna like validify your offer and actually get proof of concept that people are actually wanting your offer compared to all the different offers out there because you're charging the same price. So what I want you to do is with this new offer that you have and this new offer sheet and the new bonuses and guarantees, you're going to close at like a 50-60% rate ideally. Now, what I want you to do is every time you get 3 sales, you want to increase the price by 1/5 until you have a 35% closing rate with actual good closing skills. That is exactly how you find your sweet spot. So I'll kind of give you a story so that you understand it. I created my offer consulting mastery, and at first I was selling it at $7,000, right? I was selling it at $7,000, and my first 5 sales calls, I had a 100% close rate. It was a no-brainer for them. It was like, bro, you're only charging $7K for all of this? Let me just piff right now. And they just bought it, right? 100% close rate for the first 35 guys. And then I was like, okay, I can't handle this many people because everyone's saying yes. I bumped it up to 8.5. And, like I had around like I think a 45%-ish close rate, 45 to 50% close rate, which was still really decent. And a lot of people stick here. But then I bumped it up again. And I got to the point where I'm actually closing 35%. Because I didn't want to accept everyone that I hopped on a call with. What that meant was, even though I made more money, it led to more fulfillment, and I couldn't properly deliver for all of my clients. And so the goal of what I have right now is to charge so much and charge an exclusive price where I can only enroll like 5 members, but be okay with 5 members because the profit margins are so fucking high. And I'm comfortable with just accepting 5 dudes and focusing on them to get them client results. It's better to charge 5 people for 10K than to charge 50 people for like $1,000 because it's easier fulfillment, you attract better people and everything. So you need to actually have a price point where it's reasonable for some people, but it's not. It's completely out of their range for others. And you want to attract the people that say yes 35% of the time. Okay, so that's kind of how I go about increasing the price because ultimately I don't want to work with too many clients. I want to have like 5 new clients every single month, scale them up like crazy, put all of my attention into them, make a ton of money, charge high prices, and make sure that every single one of them gets results. And then once they do, then I open up a new 5, boom, and open up a new 5. And then this allows me to actually just dial in the product like crazy, get crazy market research, deliver an insanely good product, actually do one-on-one calls, and not productize the service. The last thing I want to do with my offer is prioritize it because that means that my client results will go down. I am always going to be involved in the one-on-one calls, the group calls, the video modules, everything. My calendar is literally filled with over 10 to 20 one-on-one calls every single week with clients. And I do that for a reason. It's because I charge a high price, but I deliver every fucking time someone pays me. Every fucking time. Okay, that's the type of business I'm trying to build. If you're trying to prioritize your service and not be too involved in the fulfillment, then this pricing structure isn't for you. But assuming you actually care about your clients and that you're serious about your client results, then this is the way that you structure it. Okay. Now you can only go down to $0 with the price, but you can go infinitely higher with value, which is why you want to compete based on value, not price. Now I want to talk about this mistake that a lot of coaches make. They look at the marketplace, they see what everyone else offers, they take the average, they price it slightly below their average price to remain competitive, and they provide what their competitors offers with a little more. And they end up with a value proposition for more for less. And what I want you to realize is that the higher your pricing is and the higher that you charge for your offer, the higher value that you're going to have, the higher value that people are going to perceive you have. And there's an experiment actually conducted on a blind taste test on wine. There's cheap wine, medium wine, and expensive wine. Now, the catch was that all of them were actually the same wine, but with different price tags. And so they had a bunch of participants, like 5-10 participants. They had 3 glasses. So the cheap wine, the medium wine, and the expensive wine. The catch was they were all the same wine, but people thought that the expensive wine tasted the best or was the most premium or was something that they'd buy because the price was higher. But what they didn't realize was that it was the exact same wine. So how could it possibly be better? Now, the conclusion we can take from that is that people perceive more value because the price was higher, they appreciate it more, they pay more attention, and there's every benefit and every reason to charge more for your offer. Okay? Every reason. And that's the key I want you to understand. And so the goal here is to be so expensive that a consumer must pause and think, this can't be the same category of solution as everyone else. And what this does is it makes you a category of one. Now you're probably starting to understand it now. It's like, okay, what's this guy yapping about category of one? Now you're starting to understand it. You're selling something completely different. You're solving an A to Z solution. You have different bonuses. You have an insane guarantee. Now your price is completely different. You're not being compared to all these bums anymore. All the bums in your market. No, you're different. You're on another tier now. That's the goal. Okay. So the value equation from Hormozi is the dream outcome times the perceived likelihood of success divided by the time delay and times the effort and sacrifice equals value. Now the dream outcome is if the end result is meaningful to them. Perceived likelihood is do they actually think that they can get to where they want to be. Time delay is how long will it take to get them to see the final result. And effort and sacrifice is additional cost to achieve XYZ. Now, the best way to go about this is not by just increasing this. Because a lot of people think you just have to increase this to get more value. The key to actually achieving true value is by decreasing the time delay and the effort and sacrifice to try to get it to zero. And so how can you actually make it more convenient, more seamless, and less effort? The way that you do that is you provide more done-for-you solutions, you provide more templates, you provide more hands-on support, you provide one-on-one calls, you provide everything that they need from the brainstorm that you did before, and you just try to get the time delay and the effort and sacrifice to zero. And then once you do everything in your power to get it to zero, then we focus on increasing the top. So how can we increase the meaningfulness of the end result? How do we increase the likelihood that they will succeed? That's how you increase the value, and that's how you price your offer. So this is a complex concept. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to grasp, but once you do get it, then it's going to be fun for you to charge those 5 to 10K prices and everything. And it's the best feeling in the world when you charge high ticket. The clients respect you. They actually achieve results. They actually pay attention to your service. They don't ghost you after 3 months, whatever. They actually want to work with you because they're paying that much. All right. So that's how you price your offer. My throat is literally dying, by the way. Oh, I've been talking for so long and I had like 5 one-on-ones today. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you guys are enjoying it, feel free to subscribe and, just show some love. Comment your thoughts. And if you want, all these resources, feel free to DM me or comment your IG username and I'll send them to you. I just want to provide as much value as I can. And if you guys do find value, a subscribe or a comment would mean the world to me. All right. But let's go ahead and jump back in. We're going to be going over the last part of your offer creation process. And this is by far the most important part, which is delivering your offer and actually getting good results. Okay. Now, the key I want you to understand is that you've been taught the wrong thing. And I know you've been taught the wrong thing because I've been taught the same thing from all these online gurus, right? You've been taught that you need to actually just get new clients. And the moment that you stop getting new clients is the moment that your business stops. That is the dumbest piece of advice that I've ever received from me. But it's so common and it's so normal for people to give that advice. Everyone teaches new acquisition, how to get new clients, how to get new people, paid ads. Even I'm guilty of that, right? I'm guilty of that. I teach new strategies all the time because that's what gets the views and that's what gets people to click. But at the same time, If you're watching this video, I promise you, if you understand this concept, your coaching business, you'll never look at your coaching business the same again. The way that you scale up is by delivering your product so well that the client wants to keep on working with you after the 90 days that you sell them, okay? So assuming that your program is lasting 90 days or whatever, you want to deliver your product so damn good that the client wants to keep on working with you past the duration that you sold them on. The goal with business is to get the clients to keep on buying from you, because it's way easier to get an existing client to pay you than to get a stranger to pay you. So you're focusing all your time on spending time trying to, run these new acquisition strategies and this new funnel, but you've been neglecting the people that have been paying you. It doesn't make sense, right? And so your business, listen to this carefully, your business should rely on monthly recurring revenue, MRR, not new clients. And the moment you understand this is the moment that you'll be able to scale up your coaching business. It is the only sustainable and exponential way to grow your business, not just relying on new acquisition. Because I know 99% of you watching this video right now, if you're listening to me speak directly to you right now, I promise you that your time is just spent all on new acquisition. And if you don't spend it on new acquisition, within the next 3 months, you'll be making zero. Because you don't have a way to deliver a good enough product to get your clients to want to keep on paying you. That's the problem, and that's why you're stuck where you are. Your program has to focus on execution if you want them to keep on buying from you. Because execution leads to results leads to more money, or it leads to satisfaction, and they will keep on buying from you. That means that the client will get the most value from your warm-up calls, from your one-on-one calls, from your group calls, not the fucking video modules that you send them. Fuck the video modules. When I was creating my offer, I was debating whether or not I should actually film videos. I did not want to even pitch the idea of watching videos because I felt it was so stupid. What I did to compromise for it was I just filmed the longest video in my video module library for my clients is 8 minutes. And usually it's 2-3 minute videos telling you what to do, how to do it, and then boom, giving you templates, boom. I don't want you to consume a course. That's not going to get you results. What's going to get you results is you hopping on that one-on-one call with me or my client success manager, hopping in that group call to get inputs on what you need to do. That's what's going to get you results. Okay, so to build a great coaching program, you need to provide minimum 2 weekly group calls, tons of one-on-one support, and an amazing warm-up call. So, warm-up call. This is the one that sets the tone, and it just gives the initial first impression on what your program is like. So, if you don't have this already, you're missing out. You need to have a warm-up call where you give clarity to your client on what the next 90 days will look like for them. And so you set timestamps as to when he should finish the modules, you implement certain strategies, you expect results, etc. And here you also want to explain the support structure of your program and how they can fully utilize the program and the support you provide. So on this warm-up call, you want to create an exact roadmap for your clients to let them know, okay, this is what you do here, this is what you do in the first 2 weeks, this is what you do in the third week, this is what you do in the fourth week, and give them a way to actually progress through your program in a structured way. Because the thing is, you probably have different mechanisms that they need to implement, you have different things that they need to do, that's why you're charging 5 to 10K. But you need to give them a solid roadmap to follow while on this warm-up call to give them clarity, because 9 times out of 10, the clients that you onboard and the people that you work with are going to be overwhelmed. There's too much shit to do, especially for mine, right? I teach you how to scale up a coaching business from scratch. So if I gave you everything, gave you all the videos, all the content, all the sales assets and everything, and I didn't give you a structured way to kind of go about attacking my program, you'd be like, what the hell did I just get myself into? This is a mess. But I created a 120-day roadmap, and I share this on all of my warm-up calls where I go through, okay, this is what you do to onboard yourself. This is what you do to get a cash injection. So the goal of my clients within the first week, I want you to make back your investment. We do this by going through the cash injection video modules. We optimize your profile. We implement a story. We revive past leads. You do market research. We film and launch retargeting ads for your offer. You share any sales and wins in Discord. And as you're going through it, you're marking it done. Boom. Done. Done. And it's an easy way for them to keep track. And when you show them the step-by-step on what they need to do, it just gets them excited. Because now, okay, they're not looking too ahead. They're not looking at, building out a team and everything. No. The first thing they want to focus on is actually being onboarded properly. Then the next thing is the cash injection. Okay, once they're done with that, okay, let's move on to converting more leads. Okay, once we're done with that, let's focus on content. And it gives them a structured way to go about attacking your program, which is exactly what you need, all right? I want you to almost get them hyped for starting the program, but you have to actually make sure that they're not overwhelmed. It shows them what your clients achieve from listening to your advice and taking action, and it will encourage them to listen to everything you say. It's very, very important to maintain that authority frame so that they actually listen to what you say. And the way that I get my clients kind of hyped for starting the program is I kind of share my screen and I go through the wins together. And I tell them to pay attention to dates. August 6th, Victor with another 2K euro, 2K pounds, which is like 2.5 US. he made 5.5K in one day. And I show them the wins that my clients are getting. And guys, look at the dates, right? Every day there's a win. There's a win every day. And it's different people. It's not just like the same people over and over again, right? There's different types of people and everything. I go over who won the leaderboard and everything and how much money they made and all that stuff. 1K deposit, boom. 6K sing. Like, when I show them these wins, they're like, holy shit. That's what I'll get if I listen to you? Okay, let me lock in. You need to maintain that frame. It's very, very easy to lose that frame after you start talking to them for a while. So you need to make them realize that you're still an expert at what you do. And you do this by getting them excited and just hyping them up by showing them your client results that your clients are getting on a regular basis. Now, if you don't have wins like this, then your product just needs fixing, honestly. You just need to be better. You need to do more one-on-one calls, actually care about your clients, film better videos, hire different coaches. The reason I can get these wins is because I have a coach for content, I have a coach for paid ads, I have a client success manager that hops on a weekly group call weekly one-on-one call with every single one of my clients to keep them on track with the program. I hop on 10 to 20 one-on-ones every single week with clients alone, just clients. That's why I've been able to get results like this. I genuinely care about my clients. And the moment you understand that, then that's the moment you'll start getting wins like this, and you can leverage this in the onboarding process and everything, okay? And this brings us to our one-on-one call. So after you go through that one-on-one call, they should be happy. The one-on-one call should be positioned as unstuck calls for clients that are looking to get past a specific obstacle. Now, make sure that you solve the problems that your client is facing right now. I see a lot of coaches do this, they mess this up. They try to solve problems that just exist down the line and that don't exist right now. Don't try and do that, because the moment you do that, then you solve problems that don't exist and you distract them from what's really important, which is solving the problem they have at hand. Assure him/her that you'll be there to support them when that problem arises. Okay? Now, in these one-on-one calls, you also want to make sure your advice is extremely personal and give them action items. So don't give them big advice that applies to everyone. Give the client personal advice to solve his or her problems. And at the beginning, you want to spend as much time with them to actually get client feedback on how you can improve the program, what video modules they want, how they actually achieve support, how many group calls they want, do they want an accountability partner, all that good stuff. So that's that. And then also, I want you to give them action items to do and simple steps to follow. It's very, very easy for the client to be overwhelmed, so don't overload them with too much information. You want to make sure your advice is easily digestible, and a great way to do that is just by mapping out your entire roadmap like I showed you, and also just giving them weekly inputs on what to do and everything. You also want to help them realize that the best way to move forward is asking them good questions. So ask them questions to get them to come up to the conclusion themselves. I've had tons of clients, they ask me, what's the best way to go about, acquiring new clients or whatever. Now, instead of just telling them, I like to ask them. And that's how I teach, right? I ask them so that they get to the answer themselves, so that they understand why that answer is the way it is. So let's say they ask me, what's the best acquisition? I would kind of ask them, like, what have you been doing to acquire clients right now? And then they say maybe it's like content, okay? I'm going to ask, like, do you spend a lot of effort doing that? Okay, let's say they don't spend a lot of effort doing content. Okay, cool. So content is a great way. How about, have you got any clients through outreach? He says yes. Have you spent a lot of effort doing that? She says yes. So now we know that acquiring clients through content is better than outreach just by asking those questions like that. And you see how I didn't tell them that content is better than outreach? I asked them questions to make them realize why content is better than outreach. That's how you become a good coach. And that way they're way more bought in and are way more likely to actually believe in your solution instead of you just telling them. That's how I kind of teach my clients, so that they actually understand it themselves and they come to the conclusion and the solution by themselves. Okay? You also want to set expectations, hold your time in high regard, set expectations, and have a strict cutoff early. I don't like my one-on-one calls to last more than an hour. So I like to say, look, bro, max we have an hour. If you can't get your stuff sorted by then we have to hop on another one or whatever, right? But you set expectations and make them realize that your time is valuable so that you're not stuck on all these one-on-one calls all day. So once we do that, we also have different ways that you can fulfill for your clients. I have a Loom method, so I created a Loom fulfillment model where clients can ask for specific feedback on a certain topic. Now, this is fucking great, right? It's great for saving time because instead of hopping on a ton of one-on-one calls to just solve one or two problems, I can just film a 5 to 10 minute Loom video and help them with their solution. And it's more faster, it's more efficient use of my time and everything. It's such a great way. And all they have to do is just kind of go here, which is support, click an option, ask their question, and then it'll take them to this section where they can, now I'm the owner, so I can't do it. It's only for like the clients and stuff. But then they can ask a question, hey, can you film a Loom video on this topic, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And I film a Loom video within 12 hours. Boom, we just get it sorted, and we saved over an hour on that client call, as opposed to hopping on a client call. So coming up with creative things like this is really, really good. And yeah, this is a Loom method you can implement. Another thing you can implement is group calls, obviously. Everyone knows this, right? I want you to host 2 weekly group calls with your clients and make sure it's in different times so that everyone has a chance to make these calls. Now, for me, I've actually decided to put them all at the same time because I do 12 p.m. EST, which is perfect because it fits the UK, it fits Asia, it fits, the western side of the US, it fits everybody. So I just decided to run 12 p.m. EST for basically all of my group calls. And 30 minutes of that call is just creating slides and providing value on a specific topic that a lot of my clients are facing. So maybe this week, a lot of my clients are facing a lack of qualified calls. I'll be going over a setting script that actually helps them qualify better. 30 minutes of that. And then the next 30 minutes is a Q&A session where people can ask their specific problems and all that stuff. Okay. So we have different group calls and shit. We have a ton. The way that I have it is I have obviously events in here so they can join whenever. Whenever the time comes, they'll be able to join. We also make announcements, all that good stuff. So tomorrow, actually, I'm going to go over the exact inputs that you need to aim for step by step, and then also how to run your business, what your workflow should look like, and how to manage an appointment setter. These are things that my guys are struggling with. That's what I'm going to cover in this Wednesday group call. I have an event to kind of remind them. I also have a Google Calendar subscription, so that's it's actually in their Google Calendar, so they know that what time the call is and everything. So I have different ways to remind them. I hype it up by announcing what I'm going to go through the day before, and I get feedback on what they're actually struggling with on these one-on-one calls, so I can tailor a group call that's actually useful to them. Okay, so that's that. And workshops are also great for retention and value, especially if you have MRR. So if you can get like a special guest, if you know some people and stuff, that'll be great. All right. So that's the group calls, accountability check-ins. You have to constantly check in with your clients and make sure that they're all good. Now, I made the mistake by not checking out with people because I was more self-motivated, but I need you to actually implement systems to make sure that you check in with your every single client. And I'm not the one that's actually doing these check-ins because I just don't have the time. But I hired a client success manager, and he does weekly one-on-one checking calls with all my clients. He checks all of their progress trackers, everything, making sure that they're on track with what phase they need to be on. And they give me daily reports and everything. Like I have a whole system where, let's say, my client success manager hops on a checking call with one of my clients. Boom, I have a notes link so I can actually review the notes from an AI note taker. The biggest win that he has, improvement, task completed, what task did he actually complete? Is he on track with everything? What task did he not complete? Why did he not complete it, right? Is he on track with it? Does he have any specific problems? Does he have any specific problems that we want to go over on a group call? What can we improve and actually focus on to build the product and make it better? And when you have all these weekly checking calls, you get more data on the offer, you make it better based on the feedback, and it's just a flywheel. And over time, let's say 3 months down the line, this program is going to be insane. You see all these wins right here. You think this is a lot? Dude, I'm trying to get minimum 5 wins from 5 different clients each day. I'm only getting like 1 or 2 a day. I'm trying to get 5. That's my expectation. That's why I'm so serious about this kind of stuff. Getting feedback and having data on how to improve your offer is so, so important. And so having a weekly check-in call and hiring a success manager to do that is so important. Not on top of that, it also keeps them accountable. Okay? So I have a weekly text to make sure that they have everything they need. You don't have to go this much into depth. You can just send like a weekly text to make sure that they have everything they need. They're on track. Now I went a step further because I wanted to. And I got my CSM to hop on calls with each prospect for every week for the first 60 days of the program. Now, in this call, you could ask them what they're doing, how's their progress tracker, are they on track with their goals, and then your CSM should fill out the form that I showed you previously. Okay? And a few extras that you could add: introduce and welcome new clients when you sign up. So we recently signed up, I think it was Brian. Welcome him in. You see all the clients being welcoming and shit. Let's go here. Let's find another guy that joined. Mari joined recently, so we're just welcoming him in, and just everyone just being very, very receptive. And when people join and they see 10, 20 people just saying welcome, 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 they feel welcome and they feel warm, right? And that's some good stuff. And so you also want to celebrate them for wins. Again, we really celebrate these guys for wins. We have an entire leaderboard system. Dude, I go above and beyond for my dudes, right? If you pay me, I'm going to do everything in my power to make your experience with me absolutely life-changing. So in May, we had prizes. So how it works is like the guy that makes the most money or posts the most wins in the chat gets the first place prize. The second guy that posts the most wins in the chat gets a color of their choice. Third place guy gets a Logitech. And so every every month we have different prizes, and this is how we celebrate their wins. We don't just celebrate by compliments, we celebrate by prizes, and we announce like every single week on a group call. We're like, okay, this is what the leaderboard is looking like, Patrick's in the lead, and we make it fun. You want to make it fun. You want to make it different, all right? And just celebrate. And so as your community gets better, you just want to improve it. You want to just keep on getting feedback and everything. And that's generally how you create a great fucking offer, all right? An extra thing you could do is also to make a connection with someone who was at their same spot. So let's say I roll a fitness dude, right? A fitness dude that's kind of new. I would actually pair him up with someone that's already crushing it in the fitness space with his fitness offer that we've already scaled up. And, you know, it's just getting connections. You want to make it such a strong community, and you don't want them to just rely on you. You want them to rely on each other. That's how you generally build a strong community, okay? So that's something I want you to do. The community becomes a massive value add that draws people in even more. And then also you can have sub-communities. So within your main community, as you scale, you can actually create sub-communities. So maybe it's like fitness coaches or make money online coaches, or people stuck at 3 to 10K per month, people already doing 30K per month. And you have different communities and all that stuff. And it feels tight-knit instead of just having like a community that's just diluted. And what you can do is actually add MRR. So instead of just doing one time and just giving them lifetime access, you get them access for 4 months. And then after the 4 months, they can choose whether or not they want to stay with an MRR model, whether you charge them, maybe it's $200 a week, whatever it is. But that is essentially how I would recommend delivering your offer. And yeah, if you implement like just one of these things, your offer is going to be insane. All right, so we're coming to the end of this video. I literally recorded until like the sky is dark, like my room is dark and everything. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I went through a lot of stuff. I provide a lot of value. And again, if you want more help with this entire stuff, feel free to DM me on IG. I can just give you some free resources. And all the resources I showed you in this video, I'll send it to you on IG for free. So again, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe. Make sure that you check out my other videos. I went through a funnel video, and the funnel you should implement for your coaching business. And over here, I'm going to pop it up right here. Click on this one once you're done with this video, and actually implement, right? Implement what I gave you, because ultimately what it comes down to is you actually taking action from the information that I'm giving you. There's no point of you watching this video and thinking, oh my God, SooWei is so good. He gave me all this information, if you don't actually go out and implement it. So all I'm asking you to do, actually take what I just gave you, implement it, build out an offer, and if you're ready to scale up to 30, 50K and beyond, hit me up and let's work together. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, watch this video to actually check out my funnel, and I'll see you guys there. Peace.